is welcome to the Full of Knit podcast. If you're a past viewer, welcome back. If you're a new viewer, welcome. We are swearing friendly. Forgot to say that in the last one. My name is Susan.
I'm Karen.
And together,
we're Full of Knit.
You can find me on the platforms as NC Knitta.
And you can find me as the Havelock Zoo. And together we have accounts Full of Knit Podcast on Instagram. And we have a Ravelry group, Full of Knit Podcast, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Just look for the yarn, the hand holding yarn like
Yes.
it's a poop emoji. That's us. Because this very easily could have been named Full of Shit, but it's not. It's Full of
It
Knit.
is not. No.
So
Yeah.
we talk about knitting, crochet,
Sewing, sometimes some cross stitching.
right? And always, most always, at the end we
Yeah.
try and critique a craft beer.
Well, we got quite a few now, so we're set for
Oh, we got more than just today.
few podcasts.
Yay!
Well, today, my lovely friend Karen, who comes in to the Knit Nook Yarn Shop,
Easy for you to say.
exactly where I work in Morehead City, North Carolina, she took a trip out to the western part of the state, and she brought back some beer for us from Banner Elk, North
Ooh,
Carolina.
Nice.
So at the end, stick with us. It's
Words.
Monday, people, and it's early. Stick with us. We're gonna try that one out, and it's a fall type beer.
Okay. The reason for doing that is because traditionally I was always a domestic beer drinker. Yeah, you can do it. And she's always been a craft beer drinker, and she used to pick on me because I knew absolutely nothing about craft beers. And so we started doing it so I could be exposed to it. And now I actually think I've flipped the fence.
I know, she sends me little texts and messages, and she's like, "Look what I'm drinking," and it's not Bud Light.
Oh, I never drank that anyway. Michelob Ultra.
Okay.
Or Bud Light Lime. I did do that. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. I used to be a diehard Corona drinker.
Well,
but-
there's nothing wrong with the Corona.
And now, I mean, honestly, people, if you like that kind of beer,
More power to you.
yeah, don't send us mean
No.
messages.
Everybody,
you know.
there's a place for everything and
Right.
everybody.
Exactly.
Like somebody that we used to know whose husband had a furniture store, there's a chair for every ass.
There you go.
So there you go. All right. So should we get started?
Oh, today is Monday, September 23rd?
Is it? I don't know.
23rd?
I have no clue.
It's the first day of fall. That's what I was just going to say.
And it's actually
Yes,
been
the 23rd.
it's actually been a little chilly in the morning
I
sun.
know.
And when we say chilly here, we mean like 60, 65.
Yeah, because that's chilly.
A
here.
little nip in the air.
That's like the
chilly
height
here.
of summer for some people, but no,
Yeah.
that's cool for us.
For here. I mean, and it gets warmer as the day goes on. But like yesterday afternoon,
I
about
know.
3, Mom and I went to take a walk, and it was like 86
Yeah.
degrees outside,
Yeah.
but there was zero humidity.
No humidity.
And there was a beautiful breeze. Oh my God, it was so nice.
It's been so glorious the
Yeah,
past few days. Hopefully
yes.
it's going to stay that way.
Yeah, that would be great. I would love for this kind of weather to hang around for a couple months at least.
Right.
And then it can get a little chilly up, but... So
Did
yeah,
you see
that's
the
good.
tropical storm depression Karen is out there churning around in the
You know
Atlantic?
daggone well that I don't know nothing about that
Oh,
till it
that's
gets ready
true.
to hit us. I don't watch the news.
Well, I knew because Donna sent me
Well, of
a
course
little
you
message,
your namesake.
and it was like, dun dun dun. I said, don't worry about it. Karen's just going to be full of air and relatively harmless.
Well, if you have an in with that cow, make sure
Yeah,
she
yes.
she doesn't
That's
come
right,
this way.
seriously.
Send her, just
Yeah.
nuke her and be done with
We
it.
don't need to meet Karen. Okay.
No, we don't. We've had our fill for quite a while.
Years.
And the thing is, I mean, I don't know if you feel this way or not, but I think that, I don't know, I got something in my throat. I think that people who, it's the attorney's office. People who have never lived through a hurricane, like I know there was a lot of posts on Facebook and all that during Florence about, well, why didn't people leave? They were told to leave, yada, yada, yada. Well, it's not that simple.
Right.
Number one. And number two, when you've been through 5, like Dorian, you're like, I'm not buying all that water
Right.
and all that canned stuff, and I'm not doing this and I'm not doing that because it's not going to be anything. And then
Right.
it's,
Because they don't know.
well, right, but after having
Yeah.
5 like that in a row, you
Yeah.
get complacent.
Right.
You might not should, but you do. So
Right.
you don't have all that kind of stuff. And for people who have never lived through it, like I have family members who just moved down here,
Right.
this was their first one, and it was an easy one.
Well, it's a good starter hurricane.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but now, you see why people don't go by.
Well, like the
A
people
ton
on
of water
Ocracoke, I mean, that was unprecedented.
Right. Well, same as Florence
All
last
that
year.
water. Yeah.
So, I mean,
And there are those, people that have pets and stuff like me. I have 3 cats. Try to find a place that's going to take you
well, and if you're
with 3 cats.
gonna leave,
Yeah.
let's say let's say they're predicting that the storm's gonna hit on Friday. Well, you
Mhm.
need to leave Monday or Tuesday
Yeah.
and start heading west
Mhm.
because everybody else is heading west. The hotel rooms are filling up as you go, so you got
Right.
to go further,
Right.
and you better hope there's some gas.
Right.
To get, and you have to pay. So let's say you left on Tuesday and the hurricane's on Friday. So you got to pay a hotel room Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Not everybody has the resources to do that.
Right.
That's why people don't leave.
Right.
But
and
anyway.
there's only a few roads out of here, too. I remember what hurricane it was in Florida where people were getting stuck on the interstate. That was just a few years ago.
Well, that was
running out of gas.
That was
Wasn't Florence. It was before
no,
Florence.
it was the one before that. 'Cause
Maria.
Christina and I were supposed to go to Savannah.
Yes, it was
And-
Maria or Matthew.
I don't remember which one, but we were
Yeah.
supposed to go to Savannah, and they got underwater.
Yes.
So we went to Gatlinburg.
Right.
And a lot of people were fleeing Florida, and that's exactly, they
Right.
were leaving their car on the side of the road
Right.
and having to
Right.
do the best they could because
Right.
there was no gas to be had. So,
Right.
so anyway,
Anyhow, since this isn't a hurricane
or a weather
tracking
podcast,
podcast,
let's move right
let's
along.
talk about some knitting.
Okay, do we want to do? This is going to be WIP-tastic for me because I lost my mind.
Photastic for me because I've been a
Good.
knitting fool. I've cast
Well-
on a whole bunch of new crap too, but
Well, I lost my mind casting on. So if you're new and you're not used to the lingo, WIP is a work in progress. You're in a faux is
some shedding.
is
Not
a,
shitting, I'm shedding.
is a
Totally
is a
different.
finished object. So I have 2 finished objects. Well, almost finished objects. You have a bunch, and I got this is going to be WIP-tastic because I got a bunch of whips.
4 maybe.
So let's start with. Want to start with whips? I mean, FOs.
We usually do.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
Rock on, sister.
Alrighty. My first finish object is from the Kelborn Woolens Year of Hats. It's the January hat by Courtney Kelly. And all of these Year of Hat patterns are free patterns on Ravelry. And the pattern calls for Germantown, I believe that's what it's called. Yes. Kelborn Woolens Germantown. And I believe that's a worsted weight yarn. But I used our favorite Ultra Wool
By Barocco.
by Barocco.
I love
look
that
how
color.
cute that turned out.
I know, it's beautiful.
It looks so pretty, so much prettier in the picture on the screen.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
Yeah.
I knew
I'm
what
sorry.
you meant.
Trouble with words this morning. And I made a pom-pom, but I didn't put it on yet because I wanted to show y'all. Look at the top of this hat.
Ooh, that's pretty.
And I might not put the pom-pom on there. I'm going to put it on with the button
Right.
on the inside and tie it so that way you can take it off. But look how cute that is.
That's really,
It looks
that's
like a little
pretty
flower,
cast-off.
doesn't
Yeah.
it?
That's a
Yeah,
pretty
I
cast-off.
was really pleasantly surprised with how cute that was.
So you can have it with the pom-pom or without, and it's beautiful
Right,
both ways.
exactly. This is a lot of baubles.
I've never
Tiny-
done baubles.
Tiny little baubles.
Tiny
baubles on my hat. Yeah.
Woo!
Okay. Yeah, they tell you how to do the baubles one way in here, but if you go to their little tips and tricks, there's a video for a different way of doing it, which is much easier, and it shows, makes tinier, cuter little baubles. So
That's really pretty.
it is. And it wasn't difficult. It didn't take very long at all for me to... I think the ribbing took longer than the hat,
The ribbing
actually.
always takes longer.
I know. I'm starting a hat now, and the ribbing, it's going to be a fold-over brim. So you have to do 5 inches of ribbing, and it's like, I am losing the will.
Are you going to tuck it under and will
Yeah.
it be attached?
Yeah, you do a provisional cast on, so you fold it, and then...
Pick it up and...
Yeah, then you knit them together.
So what is this for? Just
This
'cause,
is
or-
for the Year of Hats. Some people are doing it right now, but next year at Knit Nook, we are going to do a hat a month.
Okay.
Because we do our yearly gift knitting things at the shop
Mm-hmm.
every Wednesday. And so next year we're going to do a hat every month.
That'll be cool.
Yeah. So Lisa and I divided them up. I'm doing the odd months. She's doing the even months.
Oh, so you're all doing the samples.
Yeah, so we're doing the samples now. We're being very proactive, getting them done now. So we'll have them ready for next year.
That'll be cool because that'll take less stress off whenever you
Right.
don't need to or can't or don't want to
Right.
get a sample.
Right. I think she's almost got all of hers done, though. She's gotten a little...
What? Show off.
I know. That's what I'm thinking. But she hasn't been working on her butterfly shawl, so
Oh, okay.
that makes a difference.
Well, then.
I've been working on mine. Lisa.
Lisa is the owner of the Knit Nook down in Morehead City, which is
And
our
our friend.
which is our LYS. Yeah, thank
Yes.
God she's our friend. Otherwise, things could get nasty quick.
Are you going to show... You only have one FO?
No, I have two.
Okay. Do you want to...
I will. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, if you are a past viewer of the podcast, you know that I really like the Bakery Bears, and I watch their podcast probably I watch it every time they put one out. I do.
Right.
I used to watch a bunch of podcasts. I don't really have that much time anymore for that.
Yeah.
So, but I always do watch theirs. And Kay made a collection of patterns called the Swish and Flick Collective.
Yeah, I saw that.
Harry Potter inspired stuff. And when this one came out, I'm getting ready to show you, I saw it and I was like, that's kind of strange looking. And I showed it to Karen.
And she said, that's kind of strange
And
looking.
Karen said, that's kind of weird looking. And I was like, yeah, I know. And so I just put it out of my mind. Well, I had this yarn hanging, and I kept looking at it thinking, what am I going to do? It's so bulky. I kept thinking, what am I going to do? And for whatever reason, this pattern would not leave my skull.
I know. Well, you kept saying to me, I just really want to do that.
Yeah. And after
then
I
you
saw
should.
the podcast where she
Mm-hmm.
put it on,
Right.
I was like, oh, man. So finally I just did it. It was a quick knit. It's not finished yet, and I'll show you why. But it's called, and this is part of a collection, so they are not free patterns. It's called Moon Dust by Kay Jones of the Bakery Bears. She put tassels on hers. I'm not going to put tassels on mine.
Yeah. No.
So the way this works is it's kind of like a scarf, but kind of not. So a button will go right here to, where's my buttonhole at, Karen?
Oh, no. I
There
saw
it is.
There. There's
Is that
one,
it?
and there's one.
Where's it at?
There's one right here.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so the button goes down here on that tab, and it'll button here, like so. And let me
It's a
stand
cute
up.
little collar.
So it's not really a scarf. It's not a cowl.
It's like a dickie. Do y'all
Yeah.
remember dickies?
Right.
They're like the little half shirt
Yeah.
thingies
You're
that
right.
you wore under a sweater.
That'll be hanging out of your shirt. You wouldn't tuck it in because of this pretty work
Right.
here. I'm thinking that I want to get some little pink pom-poms and put, instead of tassels,
Uh-huh.
do little pink furry pom-poms
Mm-hmm.
and get a pink button or a black button.
Mm-hmm.
Lisa gave me a button to try, but it's brown. I don't think it's going to work, but
I have some bigger buttons.
it's like a
over
2-inch
there.
button you need for that. But it's not as wackadoodle.
Well, no, and it would look cute over top of a coat
Yeah.
as well.
Yep.
Because it's got the little
Just got to
shawl
get it
collar.
all. Yeah, you just got to get it all positioned just right. But yeah, that's
Right.
the general idea. I don't dig the tassels. I don't know.
No.
I do like that. I think it's really, I don't know. I just like, and I felt, like I said, I had to do it. So I did it. And there we go. I just got to find some little tiny pom-poms, maybe about that big around.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys have any suggestions on if you think tassels or, I don't think fringe all the way across.
Did you want furry pom-poms or those kind
Well,
of pom-poms?
I guess we could make that kind of pom-pom.
Because I have the little pom-pom makers that makes like a 1-inch
Yeah,
pom-pom.
I forget
don't know
which
if
one
it
I
would be
have.
too big.
I might could do that. I might try making some
Yeah.
pommies myself instead of buying the fur ones. Because the small ones are hard to find. You can find the big ones that go on the back of hats. But the small ones are hard to find. But yeah, so she's got a lot of different patterns in this collection. A couple socks. She just released a new one. It was a hat.
Okay.
About the mean lady, Dolores Umbridge.
Yeah.
With all the pink.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty little hat. I thought about knitting it too. But anyway, so we'll see. Maybe we'll come up with, I don't know. I kind of like it. It's kind of weird, but
It's different.
it's not, yeah, it is different.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's why I felt like I had to
Yeah.
do it. Because it's not your everyday
Right.
thing. But I had this yarn that I had
Excuse
dyed
me.
laying around and thought, well, what the hell's bells? Hell's bells and cockle shells.
That's cute.
So maybe, I don't know. What do you guys think about maybe putting it down at the store to try to help sell some
Sure. Because we have
some
your bulky yarn down there.
Yeah. So anyway, there's that weird thing that I had to. And I'm gonna tell you
Hey.
what, because I was on a mission, this took me absolutely no time to knit.
Well, in bulky yarn too.
On a
After
size
working on fingering weight yarn, bulky is like
6 millimeter. What is that? A 10?
yes.
Yep, I think that's right. So this is my yarn, no name,
Mhm.
that I dyed. Size 10 needle, moon dust. If you want a
You
quick
should
knit,
call the yarn moon dust.
shush. Well, I'm not real sure what it is.
Well,
I'd
then
have
we're
to
gonna
try
call it oak.
I'd have to try to recreate it, which I probably could.
Yeah.
But so anyway, yeah. If you want something different and you want a quick knit, there you go. Moon dust. K.
Cool.
Jones, Bakery Bears, Swish and Flick Collective. Go and get you some. All right.
There you go.
Sure,
And if you need a hat to go with your moon dust,
oh, this one's pretty.
you can do the March hat, which is again done in the Germantown yarn
Kelborn.
Kelborn woolens. But I used, and these done on a 3, 5, and a 7 needle. You cast on with a 3 for a tubular cast on.
Okay.
And I used the Very Pink Knits tutorial for my tubular cast on.
All right.
So easy. But I used, and I got gauge with this, so it worked out okay. This Winter Burn DK from Bahramu. And I picked it because it was like the closest one I could find in color to the pattern. And this color is Brass Band.
Which is available at the Knit
Yes.
Nook in Morehead City.
Yes. And I made a huge pom-pom for this
You
one
sure did.
because it made me laugh. And here it is.
That's pretty. This yarn feels so good too.
It is. It's 100%. Oh no, it's not 100%. It's 100% British, spun and dyed in Yorkshire, and it's a blend of 50% Blue Face Leicester and 25% Ecru Masham,
Yeah, that's one
and
of those.
25% dark brown Masham.
It must be a certain kind of
Yes,
sheep.
it is a certain kind of sheep because that was the same blend that's in that wool local that we did our catch and releases in.
Yep.
Yes,
I guess a
But-
masham is a sheep.
it is. It's a really pretty sheep. So yes, so I've got 2 of my hats done.
Well, you're almost halfway done. You just got to get the third one, and then
True.
you'll be halfway done.
True. Well, I got
And-
the ribbon going on.
And
it.
we're not even into 2020
I know. I know.
yet. So you'll get it, no problem.
It's that whole she's ahead of me thing.
Oh, I know.
Competition.
I know. It's all good.
It'll be all right.
Okay, I got one more whip. I mean,
She is so excited to show y'all her whips.
got one more. Okay. If you're a past viewer, you know my love of Lisa Much and Northbound Knitting. So this is her shift shawl, which I think she did 4 designs for these yarn sets,
Mm-hmm.
the gradient sets.
Right.
So this is shift. Right now, I think she just released 4 more with like a 5 color set. You can buy them separately. You don't have to buy the yarn to get the pattern. But she's got it buy one, get one free.
Oh, cool.
I think, or buy one, get one 30% off. She's got a deal going anyway till October.
For her patterns.
For her patterns. Yeah. And the yarn too. I think
wow.
there's a coupon code if you look on her Ravelry page or on her website.
Okay.
There's also a discount for the yarn too, but it's 5 different colors. This one was a 3 different color. And I have been, ever since I was introduced to her and her yarn, this middle color right here called Metallurgy, I'll show it to you in a minute, I have coveted this yarn and wanted it. So when it came out in this set, I had to have it. Not washed and blocked yet, and ends are not woven in, but... So,
ooh, look how nice that looks with my coloring and my hair.
I know, look at it. Oh. So there we go. This was a really, really quick knit. I cast this on and it took me no time.
Is this worsted weight?
It's DK weight.
Okay.
And it is her merino silk DK.
You could tell. You
Yeah.
can feel it. It's really
It's
nice.
gorgeous. And I had this much left
Oh, wow.
in the yarns. In my sheep squeezers by my friend Karen and my friend Shelly at Hope Knit Yarns. Yep. So I had this much left. I got to figure out something to do with it.
Yes.
Thought maybe I'd do a hat.
Yeah.
And do
One of those ombre hats.
Or
yeah.
just do a
like a fade.
So
cool.
that's quite a bit left over.
She always has such interesting shaping
Yep.
on her shawls.
Oh, I know. It was so hard the other day. I was like, I do not need to buy any more patterns, and because if I buy the pattern, I'm going to want to buy the yarn. And there's one that's really gorgeous on there because it's got short rows in it. So because you got 5 colors, they look like bubbles. You know
cool.
You know what I mean? Oh my god! Now she's killing me. But yeah, if you follow me on Instagram or you follow us on Full of Knit, I usually repost hers when she's got a deal going out. So going on. But yeah, isn't it pretty?
That is really pretty.
I love it. And the pattern, it's a great pattern to knit too, even if you did it one color.
Right. Yeah.
Because of the short
There's
rows,
still the
and
interest.
the eyelets. Yeah. So, can't wait.
Very cool.
Can't wait. Can't remember which way. I think cast on edge is the top. And it'll grow a little bit.
Yeah, once you block it.
Yep. So, oh, it's just nice. I love it. I love it.
Very nice.
Oh, she calls for a size. This is the only modification I made. She calls for a size 9, I think. Let me make sure I'm telling you the right thing. It says an 8. I either did a 9 or a 10 because the last shawl that I did by her, I used what she said, and I would have liked for it to have been bigger.
Gotcha.
So I just went up 1 or 2 needle sizes. I can't remember now. From
yeah.
I was going to say I left the needle in the bag, but I did not because it was one of my Melodies of Life. It was the copper colored one. Whatever the copper colored one is in Melodies of Life. That's the needle that I used.
That's a 9.
Yeah, and it was a 9. Yeah. All right. So that's all of my...
I have 2 more finished objects. I'll even put these on to show you. These are the Very Easy Fingerless Mitts. And these are going to be for my mail lady for Christmas. This is
Malabrigo worsted.
Malabrigo worsted. The color is
Teal
teal feather.
Oh, I love it.
I
I
thought
love it.
it's a pretty color, and it's got a little dark in it, so like any ink from the mail or anything.
Right.
I just thought
That'd be perfect.
yeah. So I whipped these up. People, this is the easiest mitt pattern if you're looking for a quick gift. I don't remember who the designer is. I'll pop it in at the bottom. But yeah, I started one Thursday and finished it, and did the other one on Saturday.
They are super quick. That's
Yeah.
what I gave as Christmas gifts last year to my aunts and my cousins.
Yeah, they take probably like 3 hours per mitt
Maybe.
if you work on them. It's a worsted weight on a size 7 needle. It is a free pattern on Ravelry, and you don't have to pick up stitches for the thumb, so it's just a quick.
Even I can do it.
Yes. The only modification that I do a couple extra rows. They tell you to start the ribbing right after the thumb. I do a couple extra rows.
I can't remember if I do that or not. For some
you
reason,
do.
I think I do.
Yeah, I just think
Because
it
it just didn't make sense to me to go
Right.
straight into that.
Right. So they tell you to knit one round and then start the ribbing. I think I knit 3.
Well,
I think it makes the little thumb where you join for the thumb. I think it makes it a little sturdier.
Yeah, because some of them it pulls when the first stitch you join with, it's not tight and you can't really get it tight.
Right.
So then you've got that gap where if you do a couple of extra rows, it tightens that gap up to where it's not so extreme.
Right. So these haven't been washed or anything, but I will get that done and they will be put away for her for Christmas.
Yay!
So
Well,
look at me.
You really are planning ahead, aren't you?
I am.
Okay, so you have more whips?
I have one more.
Is it that big thing that I see
Are
laying
you
there?
so excited?
I'm so excited for you.
Ta-da!
Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. This is so
My
gorgeous.
cardigan of the galaxy is finished. Boom, boom, boom.
Do you have a picture of yourself with it on?
I do.
You got
And I will put it
okay. Oh my gosh,
in there.
this is so. Oh,
So, let me tell y'all a story.
let me tell you about a story about a man named Jed.
About a woman
Poor
named Karen.
mountaineer who barely kept his family fed.
Don't be stretching my damn sleeve, woman.
I love it.
'Cause that's what I gotta tell you about.
Oh.
Oops. So, finished my sweater. I was so excited. I put it in the water and soaked it and laid it out to block. And the back blocked beautifully.
It's gorgeous. It is gorgeous.
The sleeves grew like a motherfucker.
Really? Oh, you didn't intend for them to be. No, because you had talked about maybe putting the thumb hole in them and all that.
But I decided not to because I had knit them and they ended up, they're like right here. And they're not a tapered sleeve. It's like a straight sleeve and there's no ribbing or anything on it. So I laid it all out and I didn't think that I had stretched the sleeves, but I think it was just because this is a heavier yarn. So I put it back on when it dried. Like I said, the sleeves were like that much longer than my hands.
So they grew this way, not widthwise.
No, they didn't grow wide. They grew
yeah,
they grew lengthwise. And I thought, crap, I'm either going to have to take them out and fix it or roll them up and put a button on it or something. And neither of those things appealed to me. So, and I'm not recommending this, people. So if you do it and something happens, not my fault.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer. Yeah, like I said, don't recommend this, but this is superwash yarn. And years ago, when we worked at that other yarn shop, we got paperwork from Cascade Yarn Company talking about superwash yarn and what you could and could not do with it. And they said that superwash yarn is made to be put in the dryer because that's what makes it snap back.
Okay.
But with hand-dyed yarn, because this is Miss Babs Yowza, and it does say machine wash, dry flat. So I did it backwards. I took it back into the soak. and let it soak for about 20 minutes. Put it in one of those mesh lingerie bags. Put it in the washing machine, spun the water out,
Right.
and still leaving it in the lingerie bag, I threw it in the dryer.
Right.
On the knit cycle, on the less dry, I left it in there for about 15 minutes. And at that time, it was probably maybe halfway dry. So I put it in for like 10 more minutes. And it wasn't totally dry. I would say probably 75-80% dry when I took it out. And I laid it back down on the floor on my blocking mats and let it dry the rest of the way.
Perfection.
Fits perfectly. The sleeves are right back to where they were.
That's scarier than stinking.
Oh my gosh, yes. I was like, oh my
that's
God.
scarier than
I'm
stinking.
it's either going to fit great or it's going to be ruined. And I thought, you know what? But I kept stopping it every few minutes to look.
Just so you
to make sure that I wasn't looking in there and it was like a big fuzz ball that it was
Right.
all felting together. But it does say this yarn says right here, this is Miss Babs Yowza, 100% merino superwash, and it says machine wash gentle dry flat. See, machine wash gentle dry flat, and this is the blue slate colorway.
Okay, so you're stretched.
But
I wanted this to stretch more, and it didn't.
it didn't.
No.
Well, maybe
I
you
wanted
should
it
let
to
me
be a
block
little
it. Maybe
bit-
it was something I did.
I wanted it to be a little bit longer, but I think now after putting it on, like I just did and everything,
Right.
I don't know that I would want it much longer.
Right.
So it's probably
But yes,
all good.
so it fits wonderfully. I am so tired of broken rib. If I never see any broken rib for the next 5 or 6 years,
You're good, huh?
I'll be good.
It's gorgeous.
Yes.
It is real. I'm very proud of you.
And I love this sweater.
You've done good.
But I think if I ever do a sleeve like this again, I will fit it a little more. And honestly, when the pattern says when in doubt, size up, that might work for some people.
Right.
For me, it does not. I could have gone down a size in this sweater.
Is it covering your butt?
It is. It's covering my butt. It doesn't have buttons or anything, so it's an open cardigan. So it's meant to be,
Right.
open a few inches. But it comes pretty much all the way closed. But, I mean, it looks nice. So, I'm okay with that.
Right.
But I think I could have gone down a size.
So in the future, if you knit any of her patterns,
Right.
you will not go
Right.
up a size.
Well, and like actually with any pattern, because that catch and release, I had made one years ago, and I was about 25 pounds thinner than I am right now. But when we were getting ready to do the pattern again, I thought maybe I should go up a size. But I decided not to. I did the same size that I did before, and when I blocked that sweater, it fits perfectly.
Right.
So,
Well, it's just one of those things. And
Yeah.
and sadly, sometimes you figure it out when you're at this point and you
Right.
put all that time and effort
Right.
into it, and you're like that thing over there
yeah.
that we're looking at.
Oh yeah, that's getting taken apart.
Yeah, there's so much other stuff you could do with that.
I
yarn.
found a pattern for slippers for my big pumpkin spice roly-poly.
If you go back, I don't
That I
know,
made.
4 or 5
Yeah.
episodes.
I made this vest. It was supposed to be so cute. It could fit me and Susan in it. It is
It's huge.
terrible. It looks like I'm wearing battle armor.
And it feels like it's as heavy as hell.
I know. If I fell over, I wouldn't be able to get back up. It'd be all...
You'd be like that kid in the Christmas Story. And his mom's got him sewed
Yes.
in his snowsuit, and he
Yes.
falls over and he can't move.
Yeah,
that's
I
funny.
mean, it wasn't expensive yarn, but
Thank
still,
God.
there are things I can do with it. So,
Yep.
yep, I found a slipper pattern, so everybody's going to be getting pumpkin-colored slippers.
Pumpkin spice latte. It's that time of year.
It is, so there you go. Anyhow, love my sweater.
Oh my God.
Glad it's finished. Now I can, I can cast on another sweater, but I'm working on, all I have is the ribbing done, so I'm not going to show you, but my kid came home a couple weeks ago, and he was like, Mom, can you make me a sweater vest? And of course, Mommy will make you a sweater vest. Then came the hook. I should have known better after all the Halloween costumes I made him over the years. he was like, well, I want it to look like this. And he had a pattern, a picture of like this video game character, movie, whatever.
Oh my gosh.
It's for a Comic-Con in January.
So you've got to design.
Luckily, it's like, it's almost like an Argyle sweater, with the diamonds.
Right.
So I found an Argyle sweater pattern that just had the diamonds. They were small diamonds, but it's a chart, so I can draw around them and put 4 of the diamonds together to make a bigger one.
That's because you're a decent knitter.
And the colors are yellow, red, and black. Wait till you see this thing. But I'm going to make it because
he wants it.
Because he wants it. And
there you go.
I'm a sucker for my baby boy.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all?
So that'll be coming along. Y'all need to make sure you stay subscribed, and because the next podcast will have some interesting knitting on it.
Speaking of subscribers, we've got 497. We need 3 more for 500, and then we can do a yarn giveaway.
Yes.
Or a
we've
giveaway.
We've got stuff to give away, people. Come on.
Yeah,
we've
been collecting.
Know 3 people.
We've been collecting. So. All right. Is that all your whips?
That is it. That is all my foes.
I mean, foes. God, I got whips.
I know. She's so excited about all her whips.
I guess because I'm laden down with them over here.
Yes. Go ahead.
All right. Here's one. This is my podcast knitting. This is the Stash Buster Shawl by Heather Haynes.
Stash Buster.
Who are you going to call?
Heather Haynes, apparently.
It's like $1 or $2 pattern on there. This is the second one that I'm making. I finished one already. So yeah, it's just mindless knitting. It's great car knitting when I'm going to Atlanta and back and all that good stuff. So sitting in the hotel room at night, or in the morning before everybody else wakes up. So that's one. I'm using my square needles that Karen does not like. Size.
This is a collage.
4 millimeter. That's 6. Size 6. They're the collage square. I kind of like these. I like the sound they make. And I like the way they feel in my hand.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. I like these. I might buy some more of these. Although, I just cannot justify buying more needles right now.
I have so many needles.
I was
it's
looking.
Not even
this
funny.
This is almost embarrassing. No, it's not. I have 2 sets of Addy interchangeables. The long tips
and the short ones.
and the shorts. I have the Knitter's Pride Dreams. I have the Chagoo little mini things, mini twists. Is that what they're called? I've got those. I've got half the set that it came with, and I need to complete my set like Karen's done, but I hadn't done that yet. So that's how many? That's 4. And then I've got the Melodies of Life that you gave me for my birthday. So that's 5 sets of interchanging needles. Plus, I got all the single ones. You know,
I understand.
Did I show you how I finally got my single needles done?
Yes.
I got those command strip hooks. And one of them I found had a hook about like that. And I just put them on there, and I put them in order of length, like 16 inches or on one hook, or ever how many hooks it took. I don't know. I don't know how many up there on the wall, but at least now I have a better idea of what I have.
Right.
Because I can look and see. I'm a visual person. So knowing that they're sitting in that box over there does nothing for me. Being able to look at them works. So I got all those on it. So yeah, I really don't need any more needles, but these are really nice.
It's not a thing of need.
I know. Same thing with yarn.
Exactly. Buying yarn and using yarn are 2 different hobbies.
Exactly. All right, so.
All right, what else you got? Because I
gosh.
only have one whip to show.
Well, the
other
next
ones
whip
have to
that I'm
come
getting
in
ready to
progress.
show y'all is, you want to help me with the age of that one right there?
Well, the shop closed in 2017, and
Okay.
we did it at least a year or 2 before that.
Right.
So that's 2. So it's 4 to 5 years old.
Okay. So we did this as a group project at the store that we used to work at, and I don't know how many times I had to tink and put in lifelines, and Karen had to bail me out. And finally, I just gave up. And I gave it to her and said, hey, if you ever get bored, will you finish this for me? I'll pay you.
And I didn't.
She never got bored.
I never got bored.
So, it is the 14 karat poncho by Knit Pearl Hunter.
Michelle Hunter.
Knit Pearl Hunter thing. This was, it was a knit along, God, ever how many years ago.
Yeah.
So, this is where I'm at. Karen, I think, got me straight on where I need to start. This is really beautiful.
It's Kobasi yarn, which is cotton, bamboo, and silk.
It's great. I really do want to wear it. Karen wears hers every now and then, and I'm jealous, and that's why I'm hopefully going to take this home and make it a faux.
Right.
It just was one of those things. If you look down here at the bottom, you can see
Look,
where
you still got a lifeline
I
down
know.
here. I think you could take these out.
You think?
I'm thinking.
But there was just, I don't know, there was one stitch in here that kept throwing me off. And maybe now that I've got more experience underneath my belt, I'll not be bothered by it. But I just was like over it. I just couldn't think about it, look at it. And so anyway, hopefully now that I'm back on track, I can get it finished but I can tell you one thing. It's going to be as short as I can possibly get it to finish it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not adding a whole bunch of repeats because, let's see if I stretch it out.
I think it calls for 11 repeats, but
you only did 9 on yours, didn't you?
No, I did the full
did
11. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What's her name only did 9 or 10.
Okay. I thought it was you because you were shorter, but
no.
Okay. So anyway, hopefully that'll be
You should do like Donna. She figures out how long it takes to do one repeat, and then she's like, okay, if I do this many repeats a day, I can have it done in this many days.
You remember what you told me when I told you about watching that documentary?
Ain't gonna do it.
Exactly.
Whew, something fuzzy up my nose.
Okay. There's that one. And that goes there. In my Wuthering Sheep little fat roly-poly bird bag, I have
Yummy sushi
Haverland.
pajamas.
Nope, Love Luna.
Oh, is it really?
Love Luna, and I've got the heel in. I think the last time y'all saw it, I didn't have the heel in yet. I was trying to decide what to do. So I've got the heel in and working on the foot. And I'm not knitting these concurrently because I'm knitting off of a gobstopper.
Right.
So 2.25 Chagu circular, and I don't know how long I did it till I wanted to break. I tried to break it.
Right, at a stripe.
So I did pretty good on that. So that's that. And the heel yarn I'm using is just a mini that I dyed. I can't even tell you what color it is.
Kind of sort of blue.
Yep. Like a blue steel or something, I don't know. All right. That's that. Isn't that the cutest little thing?
It is a cute little bag.
God, these bags are so well made. There's a little tag, Wuthering Sheep. They are so well made. She embroiders all of this with, I guess, like a machine embroidery thing. And then makes the bags, which I think is
she has
awesome.
All sorts of cute little designs.
What's up?
Chicken butt.
I want that bag so bad. All right, so that's that whip. Well, let's just do another sock whip. What do we do? Okay. I can't remember if I've worked on these since y'all saw them last, but the reason that I wanted to make sure I brought them is, I think I left the pattern at home, but nonetheless, it's the Crazy Sock Lady K. It's her heel toe do-si-do sock. And I just discovered that she also now has a Etsy store for her patterns. So if you can't find what you want on the Rab, you can go over to, it's called Crazy Sock Lady Designs. Etsy is real particular about how you type stuff in. You have to type it in just like it says or it won't pull it up. So if you try Crazy Sock Lady Designs, go to Kay's Instagram page.
Yeah, there's a link.
And there's a link there. that'll tell you how to do it. But this is a fun pattern to do. Naughty Knitwits has already finished hers. Did you
Has
see her?
she?
Yeah, I think her husband was wearing them.
Oh, yeah, I did
you see
see
that
that.
post?
Yes,
Yeah.
I saw that.
So I got that one, and I'm doing these concurrently because I split the ball.
Right.
And I'm at a point now where I have to decide whether to start heels with just that much leg or keep going, and I haven't decided. So I'll make that determination. And this is in my mid-mitten designs. Whoop.
Whoop, don't do that.
Designs bag. You can clear, you can see what's in it. It's got a nice strap. This is a great little bag.
Cute.
Yep, I love that. Okay, so that's both my socks. I guess it's still me, yeah?
Sure.
All right.
Need a haircut.
So my friend whose son lives in Abu Dhabi,
Yes.
they just had a baby
Mhm.
7 or 8 months ago.
Yep.
She's pregnant again.
Yep.
So I'm knitting another Telemark. What's it called?
Yeah.
Pullover by Erica Flory. And this time I'm using the Sidar Snuggly Rascal in the beautiful shade of 461. I think in y'all's computer it says jumping rope or something like that.
Yeah, it's so funny that they don't put them on the label,
That
but
is
they
kinda
do
weird.
actually have names.
Because if you had to go match it up in the store, how would you know you'd be looking for jumping rope?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure she has a number in there too, but still,
Yeah.
you know.
Fine.
So I'm this far.
It's nice yarn. It's
Just
nice and squishy.
it is. I just got to where
So is this baby a girl, or are you just?
this one's
yeah.
a girl.
Ah.
This one's a girl where we're joined for the V-neck because it's a little V-neck thingy. These are super quick to do. So,
And this yarn is nice. The other ones with the Fair Isle too.
Mhm.
They're cute because they do a pattern for you, so it looks like you've done something fancy, and all you've done is knit.
right. That's why I like it. Work smarter, not harder.
That's right.
So I'm working on that for her. I think she's going back in January.
Okay.
So I'll
Oh,
try to
you'll
have
have
it
that-
ready.
you'll have that
Yeah,
done
I'll
by
try to
then.
have that ready to send with her. And then I told y'all I'd lost my mind.
She decided to cast on all
everything.
the things.
Exactly. Okay. I am, if you watch the podcast, if you're a family member, don't look. I've decided I'm doing the,
Non-felted slippers.
this is a free pattern, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm doing these for family members this year. I've already got 2 pairs made. I've got the sole started for the 3rd pair. So 2 strands, Barocco Ultra Wool on a size 9 needle, I think it is.
I think so.
So that they're thick and squishy.
Mhm.
So got those started. Oh, so here's the sole. That'll be the top.
Ooh, pretty.
That'll be the top. Okay.
And you can get 2 pair out of that, right? If you flop it.
Yeah.
Just depends.
My problem with that is I tend to do the lighter color on the top.
Right.
And I hate to put the lighter color on the bottom for
Yeah,
wearing
'cause of the
purposes.
dirt,
But I
yeah.
mean, but you know what I've been thinking? If I keep making these things, I'll just take the leftover and I'll do a worsted weight cozy memories blanket.
Oh, yeah.
Or
Mhm.
y'all, I kind of sort of learned how to crochet.
Oh, yes, you did.
So I might could crochet a
Right, you could do
a granny stripe with my,
Yeah.
So we'll see. This is living in my beautiful 4th of July
Yeah.
bag made by Karen, the decent knitter sitting next to me. I love this bag. I love the way it feels, and I just like looking at it. I don't know. I just love it. Okay, so.
You all right?
Yep, I'm good. Hold on just a second.
All right, take a
little
break
drink.
and I'll show mine.
Mm.
Have a drink.
That
And
is
my
so
cute
gorgeous.
little llama, a tenty bag. I have my papillon shawl. This is a paid for pattern on Ravelry. I'm doing it with unique earth yarns. They're unique fingering in color 3020, and the harvest fingering, and this is fig, and this is naturally dyed with figs.
And that is a gorgeous color.
Isn't it? So I am, hold this back over again. I am about, yes. I just finished right here, that yellow line.
Wow.
Yesterday. Yes.
You're almost done.
Oh. So there, Lisa, with all your hats. She watches, and hopefully she'll get a kick out of that.
Either that or you'll be looking for a job Monday. I do not need your kind of negativity, Karen. Woo!
All right, let's find the right side of this.
You must enjoy doing this.
It is addictive, people.
I mean,
Because it's like one section, and once you get going a little bit, they're not little sections. They take quite a bit of time. Oops. Hold that one. This is the right side. But it's a lot of short rows, a lot of counting.
you got a lot of stitch markers in there, friend.
Well, it makes it easier to count. You could probably do it less than, I'm doing it every 10 stitches like it says in the pattern to do.
Oops. Have you seen that meme that's
But anywho.
Maggie Smith, and she's dressed
yeah.
up like the Downton lady, and it says, "I see you use no stitch markers. I
Right.
too like to live dangerously."
Yes. Anyhow, I probably should have put a longer cord on this so I could
That's
stretch it
all right.
out more, but
Yeah, it's so pretty.
anyhow, I'm loving the colors
It's gorgeous.
and how it, we could just show a side.
Yep. And the yarn is
So-
doing that.
Yes, I'm not changing yarns at all. This is the self-striping yarn.
It's
It does
amazing how different yours and Lisa's looks because
I
of your
know.
yarn choice.
Right, well, she's doing a lighter color background and a darker color of the lines.
So the
Yeah.
solid is your lines, right?
Yes.
And then your background is where
Yes.
the multicolored or the variegated
Right.
self-striping. Is that a
Right.
self-striping yarn?
Yes.
Okay. So that's what makes the
Right.
pops of color there.
So hers is more dramatic with the line tracings.
yeah, you can say hers is more outstanding. You mean more contrast?
Yeah.
Is what I was.
Yeah, there's more contrast
Gotcha.
to hers.
Still pretty. That's
Yes.
gorgeous.
Thank you.
Gorgeous.
So
I'm
yeah.
jealous, but not jealous enough to knit it yet.
This is something I have to work on when I'm either home alone or up here in my craft room, because there's a lot of counting and a lot of short rows, and it's getting even more and more now that
You're-
now that I
Yeah,
have
further
300
along.
stitches on the
Are you still
needles.
picking your?
I'm picking up the wraps. It doesn't say to in the pattern, but I'm just doing it because I want to.
And you don't have to.
You don't have to.
In a knit.
When you're doing garter stitch, you don't have to because you won't see the holes. So, and on the sample that we have, the holes are like itty
Minuscule.
bitty. Yeah, tiny. But, and I'm using, this is done on a size 4 needle, and I'm using my Zings Melodies of Life interchangeables. And this is, I think, the 40-inch cord.
Did a longer cord come with it? It did, didn't
I
it?
think this is
Or is the
the
40 inch the longest?
longest. Yeah, because I bought some extra cords.
Did you?
Yeah, I think they're down there.
Okay.
But yes, so that's my one. I've cast on a few things myself, but they're really not at a
Right.
point where they're interesting to look at. So that's my cute little tag from Katrinkles. See it? It says, "You stitch your initial in it."
That's cute. I haven't bought any of those yet.
Yes.
Cute.
So
Okay, so couple podcasts back after I finished the first Stash Buster.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, I had a couple of choices for the next one that I was going to do,
Mm-hmm.
and I cast on the Primrose.
Yeah.
And because it was a single,
Mm-hmm.
it was because there's something you have to do on here that I was splitting the yarn too much. So
okay. So
that's
you're
why
like,
I took it out and I cast this on.
Okay.
But that ball of yarn kept staring at me. And, because I don't have enough whips.
Right. Casting on is just so much fun. You're having a bad day or in a bad mood, and you're like, let me just cast on something new.
This is a free pattern
Yeah.
called Close to You. I've knit one before for my friend Z. I know I'm not pronouncing this correctly, so please forgive me. Justina Lorkowski. This is a fun pattern to do because it works the way my brain does. Because you do a section and then you go on to the next section.
Yeah.
So, this is how much I have done. That's my little pine cone from Nitty by Nature. So, like you do this section here, and then you start the next section. So now I'm ready to start the third section.
Right.
And then this part of the shawl back here grows
Right.
because this stays the same. And then you get all the little stair-steppy looking.
Yeah.
Is it showing on there? I can't see.
It
Yeah.
is.
The little stair step. And if you go and check this pattern, I forget how many of these have been knit, but a bunch. I think that's pretty on that, don't you?
It is.
And that is Primrose yarn in the Adelaide base called Bird Set Free. And I got this at Apex, Midtown, Downtown Knits in
Oh, you just got this back in March, right?
when we
were
went
there?
to the
Yeah.
Yep, I did. So this will just be a whenever, however, and it's using my my number 6. This is blue. It looks purple on
It
there.
does.
Melodies of Life that Karen gave me for my birthday. So that's that. Okay. Alrighty then. So next up is family members having babies, friends having grandbabies. So if you're a past viewer of the podcast, you've seen this before in different color. This is probably my favoriteest baby blanket to knit.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Espace Tricot Chevron baby blanket. Free pattern on Ravelry, or you can go to their website and get it from there. And this baby's parents are huge, and grandparents are huge OSU fans.
Ah,
So,
okay.
Check that. I think
That's nice.
I think this is my favorite
Yes.
of all the
I
ones
like
I've
the
done.
tiny little gray stripe through there, the light gray.
I almost sent you, last time I sent you the things and I said which way and whatever. I almost did, and I thought, nope, you know what? That's how I'm going to do it.
Yes.
I'm committed to
That's
that.
perfect. No, I
This
like that.
is, I think this is my favorite one so far.
I know.
Baby's daddy is a
Yeah.
Browns fan,
And
and baby's mama said, "Oh my God, I don't." And I was like, "Oh well, I can knit OSU colors," and she's like,
Right.
"Okay, I'm good with
Yeah.
that." She did not want brown and orange, but I think if it's a boy, I'm gonna have to
do a little, maybe a little hat or something.
or do a little sweater with a football on it. Do the sweater brown and football orange, or
Yes.
vice versa, something, so that the baby's daddy has a little
Right.
But yeah, I think this is my favorite one. I'm using Hobby Lobby's. I love that cotton, and it's like 3 different: a light gray, a scarlet, and a dark gray. So I love this yarn for baby blankets.
I do too. I think I've done every one of my chevron baby blankets in that yarn.
Yep. Well, it's just, and it's fun to knit with because it's acrylic and cotton blend,
Right.
so it doesn't tear your fingers up like.
Right.
Okay.
And it's really soft.
And the next thing is, I wanted something mindless for mindless knitting, and the other one's having another baby, grandbaby or
Yeah.
whatnot. Or I may just throw this in a basket. I don't know. Anyway, beginner baby blanket, and it's just a square. But again, I like the simplicity and the mindlessness of it. Now, the yarn I got, again, is from Hobby Lobby, and it's called, I think it's I Love That Cotton. Yes, I love this yarn, the cotton, but it comes in, how stinking pretty is this? And again, this is letting the yarn do the work. This is just a,
Right.
basically a stockinette. You do your border.
You do
and
a
then,
little garter border.
Yep, and then you go into the stockinette, and I've got my not ready for, not work appropriate. Well, actually, you could do this one. This one was the unicorn.
NSFW.
Yeah, not safe for work. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this one says all you knit is love. A needle runs through it. She makes the cutest little stitch markers. So yeah, I love that. And look, my needles match.
Aww.
How about that? Thank you, Karen.
That's so fancy.
I told y'all when she gave me that set of
needles.
needles. When she gave me that set of needles,
Cast on something with every.
I said you can blame it on her.
Well,
So
let
there
me
you go.
tell you, if this will help you out a little bit. We have cords now for those extra cords in
Yay.
all the different lengths.
I think this is so pretty.
It is really
Isn't that
pretty.
I mean, I would have never thought this was Hobby Lobby yarn.
Mm-mm.
If I didn't tell the whole world.
I know, really. You could have said, "Look how fancy this yarn is."
I know.
It's so expensive.
But I think it's super cute. I love that. So those are fun to do. And the OSU one,
Mm-hmm.
it's like knitting self-striping socks. You want to get to the next stripe.
Right.
So like I want to get through the red so I can get
Yes.
to the gray, then I can get to the little baby one, and then I feel like I've done a section.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm not sitting down and figuring up like Donna.
Oh, yeah. No. She's got that mathematical
Well,
mind.
I just figured, let's see, I did it on one of them. The pink and gray and white one I did. I figured if I did a color a night, and those were wider, I did wider stripes. If I did a color a night, I would have it done in like ever how many days.
Yeah.
Now that I can figure out.
Right. Oh, I know she was there. Did you not hear all that?
It's a kitty cat. No, I didn't.
She's been in the litter box. She's probably made a hell of a mess. She's been in there digging for like 20 minutes now.
Karen has 3 cats. They all scram and hide when I come. This one, though, has started.
Ivy.
Hey, Ivies. Hey, kiddo. She's started at least letting me see her when I get here.
Right.
She almost let me touch her like 2 podcasts ago. If you go back and look, it's at the end of the podcast. Or I think she had been drinking beer, too.
I
Because
think
she
she
actually
had.
got really close to me.
She was probably in the nip.
Okay, so if you can believe it, I have I know, right? The
More?
last one. When I say I'm ready to be done with this, I don't mean because I don't enjoy the knit. I mean I want to be done with it so I can see it done. I want
Right.
I want to feel it and touch it and
Right.
use it and all that. Not because
Exactly.
I'm tired of it or anything.
Although there are some that I'm like, oh my God, I'm ready for this to be off
Yeah.
my needles.
This is my
Oh,
Birds of a Feather.
yeah.
which Karen
Lovingly calls the fuzzy uterus.
what she said. So, it must be for a giant now, though, because
Are we getting close?
last podcast I said I didn't know how many sections I had to do. Remember, I said I'm just doing it. I'm not looking ahead and seeing how many sections I have to do. Well, guess what, people?
Oh, you looked?
Well, I can't have to because this is the
Oh.
last page. So I'm on the
Oh.
last page. I'm on section 14.
Oh, wow, yay.
There's 15 and 16 after I finish 14. I've just started 14 good. So hopefully by the next time we podcast,
You'll be done.
I will be done with this.
Yay.
But let me get
That's a lot of fuzzy right
my
there.
yarn spinner. Here's the right side. If you will help hit me.
All right. Got
You
it?
got it?
Yep.
Okay, so here we go. I am so ready to see it done. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty.
It is.
If I do say so myself. So this is size, I think it's a 6 needle. Yep, size 6 needle. This is my interchangeable.
Oh, these are the
Dreams,
right?
yep.
Yeah,
I love
these
these
too.
wooden needles. I
Yeah.
love them. And it is Andrea Mowry's, what do you call it? Birds of a Feather. The yarn is mohair and fingering weight yarn that I dyed myself, called, ironically enough, Birds of a Feather. So it's a big uterus now.
It is.
It's a tremendous, tremendous uterus. So I'm just ready to be done with it, just because I want to see it, not because I hate
Right.
the pattern. It's different enough. It's done in sections, which again works for my brain.
Right.
And when I get a section done, I can say, okay, now I can move on
Right.
to the next. So that's how many more. I got 14, 15, and 16 to go, and then done.
When they put it in sections like that, it's just very satisfying. It's like making a list and checking things off a list.
Like your list you made
Yes,
last week.
yes. I love lists, and when I write stuff down like that, and you can check it off.
Yeah. You kind
It's
of
just
feel
a-
like Santa Claus,
Well,
don't you?
it's a very good feeling of accomplishment.
Yeah. And that's why I like the ones that work like that,
Yeah.
because then I can look at it and say, okay, I've got, versus a knit like this where can't really tell much,
Mm-hmm.
but unless I put a progress keeper
Right.
and say like, okay, this is where I was last week,
Yeah.
and now I'm up here or
Yeah.
whatnot. But and that's no big deal. This is my podcast knitting. It's for whatever,
Right.
for whenever, whatever. Okay, so
Was that it?
yeah, that finally, don't you think that's enough? See, you people thought I was lying when I said I had a lot of whips, and I still have whips at home that I left at home. So, yeah. Just,
Hey,
you know, I always have a bunch. I can't
nothing
help
wrong
it.
with that. Well,
ADD.
sometimes I have a bunch too. It just depends on.
Well, you know how, like I said, that yarn has just kept calling out my name, and once I
Yeah.
got it cast on,
Yeah.
then it was like I was like, oh, okay, now I can move on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So-
yeah, I get you. It's like, oh, the sun went away.
Mm.
Got dark all of a sudden. All right, so booty call.
Woo-hoo.
So I'm coming. So Kay, my friend Kay, the crazy sock lady, had a sale on her patterns last week for her birthday.
Missed it. I saw it. You know, I don't know what's wrong with my Instagram feed. I got it a day too late.
Oh no! For her birthdays. So I went and bought some patterns.
Oh my God. Did you buy her whole library?
I bought all the ones I didn't have already.
Oh, well, then you have the whole
yeah,
library
so
now.
I have the whole library. I got her heel toe dosey do. The new one, the Whispers in the Wind.
I bought that one the other
socks.
day.
The whimsical socks that she did for, I think this was the one for Knit Crate. And the spruce fingerless mitt.
I don't remember seeing that one.
Her morning coffee socks. The On the Hill mitts and socks. And then the Roots Run Deep socks.
Yeah, I missed that.
So-
I was so upset when I saw that it was, like I said, I don't know why I didn't see it the day before, but whatevs.
So yeah. And
Awesome.
then the only real, well, I bought these were the cords
Uh-huh.
for the zings.
And 40 is the longest one that they
So-
have.
Yeah, I got a 40, a 20, 24, and a 32. So I can cast on more things now too. Yay!
Yay, we love that.
These are nice. These are not expensive at all, these cords.
Right.
So,
I
yeah,
like those
they're less
cords.
than $3
Wow.
for a cord. So,
Stash
yes,
Buster
I had to have some.
is living in my one of a kind, in my oak knitting bag by Karen. I love it because I can put my pattern in there and I don't have to fold it.
There you go.
It's tall enough for my, yeah.
Mhm.
So I dig that. All right. So
And then the
what
other
else?
booty call thing I have is, I don't know if y'all follow me on Instagram.
I do.
There you go. Well, you would know anyhow because you're my friend. I had pneumonia last month.
Pus lung.
Yeah, I had pus in my lungs. which is delightful. And
So has it gone away now?
it has mostly gone away. They said the cough's probably going to last for
What causes it?
a while.
I mean, like, how did you have it and not even
Bacteria.
know that?
Well,
okay.
they call it walking pneumonia, and I mean, I was just coughing. I didn't feel bad. I was tired, but I'm always tired. I'm old, and
You are not old.
but yeah, I was just coughing a lot, and I went to the doctor, and he was like, "Oh, you have a spot on your lung," and yeah, that was fun too, because it wasn't my regular doctor, and they said, follow up with your regular doctor in about a month. And luckily, my doctor called me that Monday and said, no, you need to come in. So I went in, and they said, oh yeah, you have pneumonia. And apparently, and I've had the pneumonia shot because I have immune issues.
Uh-huh.
And they said, oh no, it was an atypical bacteria. Surprise. It wasn't one of the normal
Right.
bacterias that cause pneumonia. So, anyhow, you can hear my voice is still a little rattly,
Well,
and I still cough a little bit.
well, I feel better to know that the lung thing is...
I guess. I mean, I had to
Hopefully.
take a lot of antibiotics and steroids. I tell you what, prednisone makes you feel like you're on top of the earth. I mean, not top of the earth, top of the world. On top of the earth is good too.
Same thing, isn't it?
Because under the earth
Yeah.
is bad.
Yeah, no.
We want to be on top of the earth. But yeah, it gives you energy.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I can do anything.
Mhm.
And then you're like, no, I really can't.
Well, you really can for just a little while.
Why,
It's like
yeah.
a sprint.
Right, exactly.
What, imagine...
For those 6 days that you're taking that prednisone, you
imagine
can do anything.
all that energy that you had
Yeah.
taking that medication,
Yeah.
but not being able to do those things with
Right.
that energy because you have to lay in the
Right.
bed on your back.
Yeah.
Because you got to... That's when I had it. It
Yeah.
made me crazy. I
Yeah.
couldn't stand... I hated
Yeah.
it. I hated it, hated it.
So anyhow, my friend Kay, again, sent me a little package, a little belated birthday, I'm sorry that you have pus in your lungs
Sorry you're such a puzzle.
gift. She sent me a skein of Wool Fiend yarn in the muffin colorway, because we all know how much Karen likes brown.
And a muffin.
And a muffin. Looks like a blueberry muffin.
Oh,
I'm
it
good with that.
does. It does look... Mother.
Mother muffin.
Mother muffin. This is number one bullshit.
Exactly.
Oh, that's cute.
And then
Love it.
Cute little pen is got Kit Kats
Oh, this is BFL.
on it. Yes.
Mm.
And then a cute little.
What's it say? No more pus?
Yeah, no more pus. No.
Pus with a cross.
Yeah, right. Tangled up.
Yeah, no shit.
Tangled up in pus.
No shit.
And these cute little stitch markers. Because I like to sew. There's a little sewing machine.
It's really pretty.
And scissors. And then this one's a little muffin.
Aw. There's a theme.
There we go. Oops. Yep, there was a theme and a little yarn baggie to put it in.
Cute. I love that fabric. It's
know.
pretty. Wonder who made that. Did she make
Oh,
that?
there's a tag in here. Hang
Okay.
on.
Sure is.
Amber's Yarn Shop.
Oh, is that?
I
That's
don't
not
know.
Maker's
I
Haven,
don't
is it?
think so. I don't think she sews. And then a cute little kitty cat notepad. It says, on time for naps.
That's for you to make your list.
Exactly. Or take a nap.
You see how those blue lines are doing down like that?
Uh-huh.
That thing in my eye?
Uh-huh.
When I look at a straight line, that's what it
That's
looks
what it
like. It
does.
goes, whoop.
Yep.
Yep.
So, thank you, Kay. It was very sweet of her.
That was sweet of you. I like that. That's pretty. Pretty, pretty. What are you going to make?
Yeah. Well, one of those patterns, she used Wool Fiend. This Whispers in the Wind.
Mm-hmm.
She used Wool Fiend. So I don't know. Is that a, has it got nylon? It's 100% BFL.
There she goes.
She's going in to destroy that litter box now too. She did the one downstairs.
I didn't even hear her downstairs. You heard her?
Oh, I could
Well,
hear
you got
it.
the mom hearing.
I
That's
got
why.
the mom hearing. So maybe not that. I don't know.
It's really pretty.
It
That
is.
would be interesting to see it knit up.
It would. So.
Yep. Pretty.
Okay, then. Phew. Had a little hot flash there.
What? Oh, well, let me do like you did me last time and wave some wool at you.
Yeah, throw some wool at me because that always cools you off.
Doesn't it, though? Oh.
And here's our glasses. Yay! From Lisa.
We finally, after over a year,
It
graduated
says-
to big girl glasses.
Right, it says lay flat to... Oh, look at that. Woo! Look at our heads through the glasses.
It's like that app that you can put on your phone
Yeah.
that makes your eyes look big and your face
Yeah.
look small and all that.
Yeah.
Come
Anyhow.
on, kitty. It's beer time. That's when you show up.
You can come have a beer?
Come on. Come on. She's like, you
No.
are crazy.
So, as we said at the beginning, our friend Karen went to Banner Elk, and she stopped at Kettle Beer Works in Banner Elk, and this is their Wunderbier, which is a Munchen-style golden lager, which is a Munich lager.
What is Munchins? What does that mean? Is
Um,
that like...
I think it means Munich in German.
Oh, okay. That makes sense then. That
Okay.
makes sense.
So, this lager was carefully crafted at our brewery located in Banner Elk, North Carolina. It has a creamy white head and rich golden color with a malty yet floral aroma. It has a traditional balanced lager taste ending in a crisp, refreshing finish. Oh, look at that.
What?
They're trying to...
Telling
It tells
telling
you-
us not to drink it out of glass? Is that what it says?
Well, it's trying to tell us to drink it out of a different glass than what we have, but they're just going to have to suck it.
Well, isn't that close enough to a Pilsner?
No.
Or is a Pilsner
No, Pilsners, yeah. It says, the beer is best served in a traditional Pilsner glass or bell-shaped pint glass to release the toasty aromatics. Pairs well with sausages, pizza, barbecue, grilled chicken, and roasted meats. Also goes well with sushi.
Okay. All
Look
right.
at there.
Well, isn't that close enough to either one of
Yeah,
those?
I have those glasses, but I'm not going downstairs.
Speaking of pizza.
And it's 5.6 alcohol by
Oh,
volume.
that's not bad. Speaking of pizza.
Uh-huh.
You know how a lot of times you eat pizza, you take a bite, the cheese is hot, sticks to the roof of your mouth, burns the roof of your mouth, right?
Yeah.
Well, the other day I was eating pizza. Woof. The other day I'm eating pizza. The cheese slides off and the hot sauce is underneath and lands on my lip. It blistered
Ow.
my... Yeah. They're still... It's like sunburned lips. You know how you get your lips
Ouch.
sunburned? That's what it's like.
And
Ooh,
these,
it's a pretty color.
and these cans are nice because this is an actual pint.
Oh.
Most beers are like 12 ounces. This is a full 16 ounce.
So if we had a pint glass, it would
Right.
fill her up.
It would. We have pint glasses, but like I said, I didn't read the...
I've also learned,
I didn't read the can before we came up here, so...
I've also learned that with a lot of craft beers, head is good.
Yes.
Alcohol down. Alcohol abuse. Alcohol abuse. Oh my God. That is like something I would do. I'm the big... I'll go get a... Where am I going? Tell me where to go to get
I'll
something.
go because I know where the paper towels are. There's some up here.
That's like something I would do because I'm the bull in the china shop, not you. Whew. Cans are better for your beer, better for your rivers, better for your parks, better for your trails, better for all your activities. So I guess they really want you to use a can and not a bottle.
Or also that their beer only comes in cans, so they want you to use cans. All right.
Okay.
So,
Cheers.
cheers.
Oh, it's not a clear beer.
No.
I don't know if it's kind of a cloudy beer. Now, what does that mean?
Means it's golden.
It's good. Mm-hmm. It is good. And this is the one that she had at the restaurant and then saw the... That's a pretty color.
And saw the brewery and said, I have to get some for those drunks on the Full of Knit podcast.
That is a pretty color. It really is.
is quite tasty.
Mhm.
Thank you, Karen. It was a good choice.
Thank you. Yes, it
Yes.
is. I would give this a thumbs up. All
Two
right,
thumbs
two
up.
thumbs up.
I don't think we've actually had one that we've hated yet.
Well, there
Have
was
we?
that one, but you thought that it had been.
I think
you
it's
thought it was
skunked,
skunked,
yeah.
so that wasn't really a fair assessment. And I think we addressed that in the podcast
Right.
after about
Yes.
it. But,
Yes, we did.
So it wasn't a
So-
fair assessment.
Kettle Beer Works, if y'all can find it, if you're North Carolinians or somewhere out in the western part of the state. They have a bunch of different ones, and I looked them up on the internet last night, and they have quite a few different varieties, so
Maybe I should develop a colorway, this color,
There
and
you
call
go.
it Von de Bier.
There you go.
And everybody be like, what the heck does that mean?
What does that mean?
It's Oak Sister.
yeah.
Oh. An oak is an OOAK. If you ever see that on a yarn label, it means one of a kind. One of a kind. And it just, instead of saying a one of a kind or an oak,
Right.
I always have to put that extra O in there because there is an extra O there.
Right?
And I'm stupid, so I just say oak. Like I'm having a...
It's much more fun to say oak than
It's funny
and
how
one of a
it's funny how
kind.
people at the yarn shop now know what an oak is.
right. They do.
It's a
They
stuttering
do.
one of a kind. That's
Yes.
what it is.
There we go.
Oh. Mm-mm-mm.
This is good. We're getting into
It's good.
fall beers now, which are my favorite. Not yesterday, but last Sunday, the RO and I went to a local beer bar and had a couple of beverages.
In Newbern?
Yeah.
Brewing? Was it?
We went to
I
the
think
Bruin.
I remember seeing your... your post.
We went there and tried a couple different beers we hadn't tried before, and came home with 6 or 8 of them.
Is that what you meant by we're stocked up for a few
Yes,
podcasts?
yes, because there were some that we bought for us, and then some we bought for the podcast.
I didn't know if some other generous
So-
soul had sent us more
You know
beers.
what? If y'all want to give us beer,
Hey, if you got any suggestions, let us know. Not just about the beer, but about
Right.
anything. I mean,
right?
about whether you think I should put pom-poms, fur pom-poms, or handmade pom-poms on my moon
Right.
dust weird thing, or,
right.
you know, as long as it's
We know y'all
positive and
have a-
constructive.
Right, and we have some great regular viewers who always comment on our
Yes, thank you
podcast.
so much.
And we do appreciate that. And you told us what
Bocadita.
bocados means.
Bocadita.
It means little something.
Just a little bit, or a little
yeah.
something or another. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did read those.
Yeah.
Because Caroline chimed in and
Yeah.
said it was...
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Because it was little mini...
Right.
It was mini yarns. So they were
Yep.
bocaditas.
Yeah.
So, like I said, we need 3 more for 500 giveaway.
Right.
Yeah.
That too.
And please comment below, subscribe, post it on the
Get
on
3
the
of your
webs.
friends to subscribe.
Right.
They don't have to watch.
No.
They just have to subscribe.
No. And any constructive criticism is gladly
Right. Taken.
taken. Just being a dick is not.
So on that happy note, thanks for watching us.
Right.
And come back again in
Please
hopefully
do.
a few months.
Yep.
Well, not a few months, a few weeks.
All right. So I hope you enjoyed this WIP-tastic and Fotastic podcast. And I guess we will see you all next time. So,
Cheers.
and hashtag don't be a dick.